Hey guys, it's Melissa from Kiwibanana here, and I'm gonna do the long awaited my vegan story. So I've been vegan now for over a year. I went vegan in about the last week of October 2014, and I guess I've always wanted to change the world growing up as a teenager, as a child, but I just never was too sure how I was going to do it. So to be honest, it's almost like it's no mistake that I found this lifestyle. So I've always loved the environment. As a child, when I was growing up, I was surrounded by the beach and by forest, and for a lot of my childhood I was in a town of maybe about 200 people, so I didn't really grow up in a very urban area, but yet again it wasn't the most rural area as well. I think I've told this story before, but just in case if I haven't, or just in case if you don't know, I do remember a story of my nana telling me one time. She said that I was about 3 and she'd taken me to a garden centre, and I told off the owner of the garden centre, or the guy that was working there, and my nana said I told him that he should stop wasting water, and he should turn his water fountain off. So I didn't quite obviously understand how a water fountain works, but in my little mind I was like, oh my god, the gardening guy is wasting water, like he needs to turn it off. So my nana was kind of like, well, no wonder you went vegan, or she probably wouldn't be as aware of the amount of water that you can save going vegan unless I told her. But yeah, so whenever I bring it up, she's like, that fountain story. And I guess, like, I have had comments from people that I don't even remember saying this, but I have had the odd friend who's been like, who said to me that I've even said to them that I wanted to go vegan one day, or I don't even remember saying that, but so yeah, it's almost like it's no mistake that I found this lifestyle. So basically, cut to the chase, I might as well get to where this really took off. And I never met a real life vegan that I knew that was vegan until about 18 months ago. I didn't know what veganism was. I never had any interaction with anybody about it. I don't even know if I knew any vegetarians. I mean, I probably knew people that said, oh look, I'm vegetarian, but they ate chicken or fish, and it's possibly not vegetarian. That's not really something we need to go in this video. And I think possibly if I had met someone that was vegan much sooner in my life, I could have gone vegan earlier. But hey, you can only look forward, and you can only see what you can do better in the future. So before I went vegan, so through my childhood I drank a lot of fizzy, and I had lollies. Won't go too much into the food that I ate when I was a child, just for various reasons. But when I was a teenager and when I started getting into fitness, that's when I started eating more healthier. I was very much started to get really against junk food. I started really disliking organisations like McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, and so I stopped eating a lot of that food. I started getting into running and boxing. Then when I moved out of home, I carried on with that. I didn't really eat a lot of junk food either. I wasn't really one to buy a lot of crisps. I enjoyed baking. I enjoyed sweet stuff, so I would bake cakes and make biscuits and slices for myself. But I was very much into making a lot of my food as much as I could from scratch. It wasn't necessarily for ethical reasons, it was more for cost because I am a student. I even remember sometimes I would buy tofu. There were periods where I would eat lots of tofu instead of meat, and it was just a cost thing. It was much cheaper to eat like that. And I guess, when I left home and I was cooking my own meals, I would say I ate meat about 5-6 meals a week, which is, from a vegan perspective, that's a lot. But from a non-vegan perspective, that's probably not a lot, considering I live in a westernized country, and I'm sure that some of you do too. Many people would eat meat twice a day, 7 days a week. So, I guess it wasn't that hard for me to give up because I wasn't already a heavy meat eater. Or, what majority of people would be eating was much more than what I was eating. But anyway, I knew this person who was going through this journey, and they still are. They're going through this journey of like self-development and getting themselves healthy. They sort of went on this journey where they thought physical health was everything, but I think they've come to discover that there's obviously, you need to take care of your mental and emotional health as well to be a really well-rounded, healthy, happy person. And on that journey they discovered veganism, and I was sort of watching them, and they looked like they were doing really well, and I was like, well, what is this thing? So I looked into it, and I was like, you know what, I might give this a go. And this was about 18 months ago, so maybe about 6 months before I went vegan or something, rather, maybe a little bit longer than that when they started. And so I started looking at recipes, and I guess I come across a lot on the internet, because that's where a lot of the information is. I didn't know anybody, I still didn't know anybody locally other than that one person, and I just sort of started thinking, I think it got to the point where I was doing a lot of research, and I was just like, well, let's just do this. And because I'm a bit of a budgeter, I kind of got myself into a bit of a hole where I bought all this meat, and I'm one of those people that like to buy in bulk a lot of the time, so I had this freezer full of meat, and I was like, I don't want to eat it anymore, what do I do with it? And